is your favorite movie?
You know, I don't know. I mean, I feel like it's all like, it's unfair to say. It's like I love them all. You know, it's like, who's your real best friend, you know? I have, really favorable memories of a lot of them. But the thing is really nice is the people laugh. That's the thing when you've been doing this for 30 years. When somebody comes up to you and says, oh, my mom and I used to watch that movie together. We laughed so hard. And it goes, beautiful. Yes. And then they go, my mom passed away. And I go, oh, God, don't tell me that. You know, so it's in a way, people, when they can get together and have a really big laugh, I mean, there's nothing more fun than just having a laugh and then seeing your parents laugh and you're laughing at the same thing, and your family, see your kids laughing. That's a beautiful thing. And at a certain point, you wake up, and if you're lucky and you realize how fortunate you are to do something that you love, and you just hope that people love it. Yeah. And so in some places, sometimes they don't. And sometimes you have a movie that's, is forgotten, like Big Stan, Gran Stan. It did good.
I love Big Stan. Actually, I were on the premiere here in Mexico City because we met us before.
Yeah.
We met each other in Mexico City a long time ago. And after that, we started to text us. And I went for the second time in my life to LA. And I say, okay, I'm going to write to yes. I'm very excited because I'm going to write to Rob Schneider, and I went with my wife. Is not anymore my wife, but I went with her.
It's okay, amigo.
I went with her.
I feel your pain.
And I told her, okay, do you really want to have a date with a Hollywood celebrity? Oh, yes. God. I know Rob Schneider. I'm
sorry it wasn't Tom Cruise.
No. Is it real? Yes. So we get a date and we get an appointment on the Ivy. That is a very special restaurant.
It's very expensive, and it's a showy place.
Yeah, yes.
LA's great because you walk into the Ivy, every head turns and goes, who's that?
Yeah.
And if you have a movie, they stay a little bit longer. If you don't, they don't. But everybody loves.
So the story was very funny because we get an appointment, actually a date, and we get there, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes or 30 minutes before to the appointment, and we really was like a young guys. So we were very excited because we're gonna have a date with Rob Schneider, that it's a big famous celebrity.
Not that big. I know. I was out of my mind at the time. I remember the story now.
I don't remember at what time was the appointment, but I guess let's tell about it was 3 p.m. So we arrived 3 p.m. and we say, okay, well, Rob Schneider is gonna arrive and it's gonna be the first time. And it goes 3 p.m., 3:15, 3:30.
This story's not going well.
She told me, please text him. I said, no. We say, okay, he's not coming, maybe he got a problem, or maybe he was just kidding.
If I would have known,
he's not a real date.
If I would have known 13 years later you were going to have this gigantic hit, I would have been there with bells on and whistles. No.
We said, no, he's not going to come, okay? So we start to drink.
Yes.
And in just 20 minutes, we get drunk, laughing about both of us getting stood up. With a Hollywood celebrity, and suddenly, after 2 hours and a half, he appears in front of us, in front of the table, and says, it's Rob Schneider. And he told us, sorry, we're really sorry about it because I have a really great stomach ache and I need to go to the hospital. And I didn't have any battery on my cell phone, so I'm really sorry. But I say that you make me trust that I can do it. So thank you, because you are my first Hollywood celebrity friend. So thank you so much.
Cheers. Ay, lo siento.
No way.
Let me tell you the craziness about. I will say that show business will, if you can make money for that studio, they don't care. They'll shovel you in, no matter what emotional wreck you are. They're just going, keep making us money, you know. And the ones most attracted to it are the ones most susceptible to its pitfalls, and the ones most vulnerable and the ones that are too sensitive, and the ones that have emotional problems. But I will tell you though, that you never know what's going to happen. And like the movie Big Stand, Grand Stand, was one of my favorites.
I love it too.
But I could not get it released in America. It was there was too many. My very good friend, I thought was a good friend at Sony, I won't say his name, the president of Sony at the time, wouldn't release it for me. He said, I just need, and he said, it was just going to cost too much money, and it's expensive to make movies, you know, and so I went around and traveled with it. I was heartbroken over that movie, and then because I thought it was my best at that time. So, but the thing about it though, you never know what's going to happen in life. So I went to support that film in different places: South Korea, Australia, Spain, wherever they were, and Moscow, wherever they would release it. And so I wanted to support the independent film distributors. But the thing was, you never know what could happen. To me, it was my biggest failure in my career.
Yes,
but at the same time from that, I came to Mexico City thinking like, oh my goodness. And then I wasn't happy with the distribution here either, because I didn't see the billboards, which is, you know, in Mexico City, you got to have that. And so, but it was at that place during this turmoil in my life or whatever, that everything changed my life from that movie, was I got to meet Patricia, my wife, on that one. And she didn't want me on the show as a guest on her TV show.
How do you meet her?
She had a TV show where I was a guest. She didn't want me as a guest because she knew I didn't, Espanol was no existan. So she was worried about the ratings and people turning the channel, because she had a hit show at that time. And she was doing like 4 shows at the time. So I met her at that time. And then the whole time I was doing the show, I kept thinking about that very special, lady that I just met, this young lady. And then through several weeks of begging after and pleading and emails, I finally got a return.
Mexican girls,
I finally got a return. But that just goes to show you that there's always the potential in any time where there's something that's a disappointment, that it could be the most beautiful thing that could come out of it. I have my beautiful children from that. I have the resurgence of me enjoying movies again.
Okay.
Honestly, I didn't enjoy making movies for a long time.
I'm very proud of her because she wrote the story of this movie. So I text her and I said, wow, I'm very proud of you. Congratulations. And let me tell you something. In this movie, I saw a very present father. But I want to know if you have been a present father with your 3 daughters.
Well, no, I know it's difficult to. The career and travel and is a hard thing. So I'm still working at that. But I'm better. But I still, I want to give them the best of me, while I have them when they're so little and beautiful, like your 9-year-old. What was his name?
Elias is the youngest.
Okay, well, in 3 years, the 9-year-old, 12-year-old, forget it. He's going to be on his phone, and Instagram, and So it's 36 months. Yeah. For you and I, 36 months doesn't seem like a big deal. But that's so it's so, muy, muy preciosa. So we want to make sure that, that we have that time and that we really can make it special for their childhood.
Yes.
And that's the most important thing. But I still want to show them what I do, because they don't know. They haven't seen my other movies. I want them to see what mom and dad do. Yes. And that we love what we do. Sure. And so that would be something that they can find what they love, whatever it is.
I know your mother passed away. Sorry about that.
Yes.
And I know, of course, that it was a kind of difficult to help your first daughter, because you was been working. No. I am a father, and I know how difficult is it, because you want to be the best one for them, and sometimes you are doing the best for you, but it's not maybe in that moment the best for them.
You have to just say it's very frustrating, much more for the kid, for you, the hija. So you just have to say, look, I would tell her, and it's important to get their attention these days. You have to, touch their knee. Look. Yo soy aquí ahora.
Yes.
I'm here now. I'm here now. So, okay, let's not waste the time we have now. And that was very difficult.
Yes.
It was difficult for her and difficult for me.
Yes, I know.
You know?